Hey guys, it's Austin Doctor. Welcome back to another review of How Not to Summon a Demon Lord. And this episode was good, but it was not as great as the previous ones, in my opinion. But let's kick off with the review already. We meet this weird girl, we'll see her with a spear in the beginning, and she's kind of mysterious, but you know, her eyes are very beautiful, and I'm not gonna lie, the animation for this anime is very beautiful and visually pleasing, but this girl is very, how do I put it? Mysterious, and it makes us want to continue to watch, more of the episode. And obviously, I have to hand it to them, that was pretty good. But going on to the next part, where we see that Diablo is called into the guild for a personal request from, Celeste, and Rem doesn't want to do the quest for the simple fact that she doesn't want to be in debt to Celeste, and Greenwood's fine for it because they don't have much money. And I couldn't stop laughing, like, oh, Greenwood, what are we going to do with you? But we see that Greenwood and Diablo kind of basically agree to do the quest, and it's a deliver quest. They have to deliver, like, wine to this guard post at the bridge. But while they're doing that, someone calls Diablo over, and we meet Emile. Emile kind of basically thinks that Diablo has the girls in chains and is their slave, and he's a white knight. I'm going to be completely an honest white knight, what you see on the internet, defending the women that are defenseless, basically. But basically he's one of the strongest warriors in the guild, and he's level 50, and he challenges Diablo to a battle for Rem and Greenwood, and Diablo basically goes deep into roleplay, and Emile uses his Smite Smash on Diablo, but Diablo completely just utterly blocks it. And he's talking about how people would use this in PvP, but cancel the attack before they actually hit it to follow up with their next attack. Then Emile uses Alpha's Fall, and basically it takes a while to charge up, and Diablo just hits him on the head and knocks him all the way down while he was charging, and I couldn't stop laughing, like, this guy's an idiot. And Emile basically misunderstood the entire situation, and they explained the situation, and basically he goes, oh, okay, then never mind, you're good in my book. And Diablo's like, okay, he's stupid, but he's strong. Then basically Rem defends him, saying he's a very nice guy, but then Greenwood just outright just says how's it, basically how it is. And basically calls him an idiot and agrees with Diablo's inner voice, and I couldn't stop laughing because I'm like, oh yeah, he's a very casual tank player that doesn't really think anything through, but goes forward and attacks. If you ever played like MMOs. But yeah, going on to the next thing. So Greenwood and Diablo head off to the trip, and basically Greenwood suggests to go for a dip, and Diablo wants to do an invasion quest, which is when a high level monster appears on a low level. Greenwood basically starts panicking, like, no, I don't want that, and basically says that she wants to grow strong, but she doesn't want to do that, but she knows at some point in her life she's going to have to do it. And I'm not going to lie, when she grabbed a hold of him, this guy's reaction was amazing. His reactions are one of my favorites, and it's just right there. Look at that. It's beautiful. But we see this wonderful smile after when she says she wants to kind of, help, become strong like him, and with his help and everything. I just thought it was a very beautiful kind of thing, and it's good to see that they're giving Rem and Greenwood their each turns to kind of basically tame him, I guess. But I really like that smile, I'm not gonna lie. But going on to the next part, they finally get to the bridge, and basically the guards start to accuse Diablo of being a fallen, and we hear the Fallen have been more active because they're going after Rem. And basically, if you don't know, I'll explain to you again. Rem has the Demon Lord within her, and that's why they basically have been trying to get into the city and through the barrier to target Rem and kill her, to summon or revive the actual, Demon Lord. And we see the guards are actually refusing to retreat to defend the people that are behind the thing, and Diablo basically agrees to help them. We see that Celeste is visiting good old Rem at the inn, and we cut back to, where Diablo is. We see the fallen commander kind of lead to, Diablo at the bridge, and it's the girl that we saw in the beginning, and basically the Fallen comes to Diablo, and man, one of them, they try to attack him. They call him weak and puny, and he makes that guy fly. And I was like, damn, this guy is so powerful. But what do you expect for a level 150? But going on to like what the Fallen are, I know I missed that actually previously. It's basically they were the bosses of the previous game that Diablo was in. So he was kind of worried at first because he's like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to take all of them on because there's about 100 of them coming after him. And basically he starts to get encouraged because of, good old Greenwood kind of basically says, come back alive and be careful. We see that Celeste and Rem are talking about, Glock, what he was doing, and basically she apologizes. Then she goes on to accuse Diablo of being a Fallen, and Rem literally starts to defend, Diablo, and we see a flashback to, the promise, where he promises Rem about how he will never leave her side, and she starts to cry, and I'm not gonna lie, that was one of my favorite scenes. But right after, we see Glock, show back up. We see Glock come through the thing and start asking why he was fired and how he's been hurting other mages. Then he takes out a dagger and basically stabs himself to turn into a Fallen. And the Fallen basically has been talking to Glock, and this kind of explains why he's so deranged. But basically Rem and Celeste are very doomed if Celeste can't do anything. Then we cut back to Diablo, how he's defeated about 30 Fallen so far. And he's talking about how he needs to calm down because he's using a lot of MP, and if you don't know, if you use a lot of MP as a sorcerer, you're pretty much screwed when you have no more MP. You're basically useless. But we see the enemy commander step down from her ride and talks to Diablo about how her ride was actually very obedient, but when it saw Diablo, it stopped and refused to move in. We finally learn the commander's name, which is Edelgard. And she's very, how do I put it, not monotone, but very mysterious. She has this mysterious vibe about her, and I actually really like it. She's very cool looking, and especially that she's the strongest spear user or lance user in her clan, or the Fallen. And she charges right at Diablo, and that's where it cuts off, and I'm just like, okay, you guys did a good episode. Not as great as the first two, but it had its comedy. I couldn't stop laughing, but I still love the last episode with the poor guild leader, but I can't wait for the next episode because it's going to be quite interesting to see this battle go on. And who do I think is going to win? Obviously Diablo. It's Diablo. Diablo is 150, and he's usually very overpowered. And the reason why I like him, he's not overpowered to where Kirito is, where Kirito just literally just smashes his swords at people and wins. Diablo actually thinks like, Ainz from Overlord, or, very overpowered characters. But hey, he's a good character, I'm not going to lie. I can't wait to see, Greenwood kind of have more of a impact on Diablo, because so far it looks like, Rem isn't very much winning in the favor, but I don't know, it's quite interesting. I can't wait to see how everything pulls out, especially from like, the manga or the light novel, because those are really good. And if you don't, you can look them up, or you can buy them. I highly suggest them. They're pretty good, and there's certain scenes that aren't in this because I guess they don't have time to do, and there's certain things that you can't put in anime and broadcast on TV. But overall, this episode I enjoyed. What was your opinion about this? Do you think Edelgard is going to be a new waifu or the best girl of the show? Let me know what you think down in the comments below. But anyways, this is Austin Doctor signing out. Peace.